Hello and welcome to the Unprofessional Mom podcast, where I help you get off the hamster wheel of motherhood and finally live life for you and your family. Because when you're good, your family is good. So today, I want to talk about why us as moms, why we struggle to prioritize ourselves and how we fix it. Because it makes no sense to just figure out what's wrong. What's really going to help us is figuring out how to fix it. Okay. I think it was Bob Proctor. He said, any idiot can tell me the problem. I need someone who's going to think and give me a solution, give me an answer. So today, I am going to bring up the problem or the issues, but I'm also going to give you solutions or steps that you can take to actually fix that. So, first off, the reason we don't prioritize ourselves is first off because we believe that we are supposed to put our kids first. We have been taught, we have been ingrained with this, we have some kind of way learned that we must put our kids first because if we're not putting them first, we're not the best mom. We have to make sure they eat first, make sure they're ready first, make sure they're taken care of first before we're taken care of. And let's just be honest, that is backwards, backwards, right? It's backwards. So how do we fix that? Because we know that you cannot pour from an empty cup. So, mama, if you are empty, it's going to show, and your kids will start acting almost as if they're empty because they're seeing you empty, and then they're going to expect you to always empty yourself. They're going to expect it. So if they're going to expect it, why don't you give them something better to expect from you? Okay, because it's hard first off when you're always giving and then you stop giving and your kids are like, wait, what happened? But that's because we've been so taught to give that we do that, and so our kids expect it. But at some point, you have to take care of yourself first. You have to make sure you're putting your oxygen mask on first. You have to make sure you're taking care of your heart, taking care of yourself so that you can show up better for your kids. Because I promise you, if you're actually taking care of them first, and you're actually giving them your worst. That's the truth. If you are taking care of your kids first, then you are giving your kids your worst. When you are giving your kids your best, it means you are taking care of you first. And I don't mean not taking care of your kids at all. I mean really taking care of you so that you can take care of your kids, so that you can show up for your family. So, how in the world do you do that? Well, first off, real simple. And a lot of people are going to be like, what? So, first off, when I drop my kids off every morning, I tell them that I love them to life. And this is going to sound really crazy for some of y'all, but what I want you to do is look in the mirror sometime today. If you're watching this in the morning, do it this morning before it's too late. And say, I love you to life. Look at yourself. Say it 5, 10 times, at least once. Say, I love you to life, because sometimes we don't get to tell ourselves that we love ourselves, okay? I love you to life. And the next thing I want you to do is this other thing I always tell my kids. I tell them to be good to themselves so that they can be good to others. Because I'm good to me, I can be good to my family. Because I'm good to me, I can be good to my kids, right? So being good to you is going to show up. Like how I can tell you how people treat themselves based off how they treat others, and not in the short term, but in the long term. So if you are good to yourself, it's going to show to others. It's going to always be that way. For example, I can be good to somebody for the first month, and then eventually the real me is going to come out, right? And the real you is who you are, is based off how you take care of yourself. Okay. So what I want you to do is literally think of ways that you can take care of yourself so that you can actually show for others. And here's one way I'll tell you: monitor what you say about yourself. Monitor what you say about yourself, because what you say about yourself, your kids are listening. If you're married, your spouse is listening. If you are in a relationship, your significant other is listening. So monitor what you are saying about yourself. And then the deepest thing I want you to do is to guide or God will really guard your ears, your mind, guard your senses. Like whatever you are feeding your senses, that's the only thing your mind has to work off of. So be careful about your thoughts and your thoughts. So first off, life is not choice driven. A lot of people are saying that, but that is a bold faced lie. Got to get to the heart of it. So what creates our choices? Our thoughts. But so our lives are thought driven. But then we can even take it a step further. What creates our thoughts oftentimes is whatever we put into our minds, whatever we feed our senses, whatever we feed our minds through our senses. So, what I want you to do is literally think about what you're feeding yourself, because our minds, like I said before, can only work out what we give it. So give your mind good things so it will have good thoughts to think about, and so that you can be good to yourself, so that you can truly be good to your kids. Because when you can be that kind of an example for your kids, then you are truly going to make a difference for them. Because I don't know about you all, but there are so many people around here who they don't really love themselves. And you can tell that they don't love themselves because of how they treat themselves and how they sometimes treat their kids, even though they're trying to put their kids first. Oftentimes they put them first in things. And they don't necessarily put them first in ways like how they think about them, how they talk about them. And those things are important. I wasn't trying to get that far. I was just trying to give you guys the basics, because a lot of people won't talk about this. And I think that that's so important, because a lot of people, because a lot of us would rather just have this, we want the surface level things, because the surface level things are easier to fix. But honestly, we need to get beyond the surface so that we can get out of this, because I'm tired and I'm done with being on that little hamster wheel of motherhood. And I really want you all to be tired of it too, so that you can start living your life for you and be all you need to be for your family, because you, my friend, can have both. And please know this, I know that you might not know me personally, and I may not know you personally, but I love you to life. I want you to live your life and enjoy your life. And I will see you next time on the Unprofessional Mom podcast.